Hi, it's Weecom Wargaming here with another Boyz wrap-up game summary. I'm calling them recaps, right? Right. So we're going to call it a recap. So another Boyz recap for Game 4. Now this is probably going to be my favorite game in consideration of all of the games of the weekend, and that's saying a lot because actually I met a lot of really great guys and I had a lot of fun. But this game was nuts, I'd say. So let's just go over the list. My opponent was Chris Crane. I'm not sure which part of the States he's from, but he's running a technically it's a Chaos Army because yeah. So he's running a Chaos Army, but it's really Warherds, right? Because the thing is that his army is basically all big bully guys, right? So he's running a Doom Bull, 3 units of Bulgors, 3 Gorgons, and a Cygor. That's it. That's the whole army. Now it's kind of tiny, but it's also kind of terrifying, right? So the mission we were playing was Star Strike. That's where meteors come down and you get points and stuff like that. But basically, the way that we played it, we just didn't care. Like, we were just gonna go at each other and just murder each other. So it could have been any mission, and it would have been the same. So he had first turn. I gave him first turn for some reason. I don't know. And I didn't realize how fast his Warherd moves, but whew, he got a lot of fast runs off, like advances, and half his army was pretty much like about 10 inches away from my front line screen of Plague Monks. So turn 1, he moves up, advances, gets really close to my grill. And my turn 1, I move up my, I put a prayer on, and I give them inspiring presence, and I say, okay, screener unit of Plague Monks, body block, move up 6, cool. And so, like I said in an earlier video, maybe still a little overconfident about how good these Plague Monks are in terms of taking down all these guys, because what I did was I tried to, and I did charge. I ended up charging. I charged the Cygor, 1 unit of Bulgors, 2 units or 3 units of Gorgons. I want to say 2 units of Gorgons, and my thought was, okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna drag down their profile because I'm gonna be attacking with like all these monks, like 40 monks, and it's as long as I drag down their profile enough, then even if they die eventually, it's not a big deal. Like, cause then I'll be able to really do some damage with my 2 units, right? And so I was able to actually, I was able to drag down the profiles of the Cygor and the 2 Gorgons, and do a little bit of damage to the Bulgors. But what I didn't expect was to be able for him to just basically explode my monks as effectively as he did, right? Like, because I was thinking, it's like, okay, let's just say the worst case scenario, he kills like 30 of them. There's still 10, and I can like I can still spread them around such that it holds up all these units, and then I can set up the counter charge, like another wave of charges that really finish off the job, and then I'll have like 40, I'll have like 60, 70 of these monks that, versus a very weakened force, right? But no, he blew them all up. He blew them up real good. It was like, all right, because the thing that I didn't really realize, and I mean, it's not as if I shouldn't have realized it. I really should have realized this. Is that all of his attacks, they were like damage 3. So it's like, all right, hit hit however many times and wounds however many times. When it's like, all right, that's like 18 damage. I'm like, oh my god. And the only save I was getting was that battalion save, right, which is the 6+, and that's not very good. Let's just say it's not gonna protect that many guys. So they blew up, and then he was coming in to charge me, and at the top of 2, like he was charging in. I was like, my god, am I gonna have to tap again? Because I just saw him just completely obliterate these monks, and now he's got his whole force like coming through. So I was like, okay, better brace for the pain train. Now I think what's happened is that, number 1, because I charged with 1 big unit of 40, he was able to get all of those units in to attack them and beat them up and like kill them all. But when he was charging me again in turn 2, he was splitting his force across 2 units of 40 monks. and they were dragged down, like in terms of their profile. So what really happened was that I was able to basically absorb the attacks from both sides. Now he whiffed a lot, and he was trying to really kill my priest for some reason, but he whiffed a lot, and I mean, that's the game, right? I was able to drag down 2 of the Gorgons as well, from between shooting and praying and stabbing. I was able to drag them down, but there's obviously lots of casualties on both sides, right? So, and so the big turning point of the game, I'd say, is that, you know, I'm down to like 17, 18 plague monks, and I have the furnace left, and I still got my, you know, catapults and stuff. But that's the whole army, right? He still has his Doom Bowl. He's got 1 unit of Bulgors, fully like untouched. He's got like a unit of like 2 Bulgors, a Cygor, and, you know, about like 8 or 7 wounds left on that 1 Gorgon. And in my hero phase, my furnace, it rolls a 6 on the Great Plague, and I'm like, wait a second. Well, I already had rolled a 6 before, which was a +1 to, and I made it to be +1 for prayers. This one, I was like, okay, hold on, there must be something that I can use in this situation, because right now, like, it's just that, and so I picked the one that gave me 1 mortal wound to the, it said 1 mortal wound to the closest model, which was the Gorgon, and then +1 mortal wound for every model within 3 inches of the Gorgon, which was basically my entire unit of Plague Monks, because they had been fighting for a little bit, and so it was like, alright, well, this guy's completely dead. So, in that huge turn of luck, that was a huge thing, that, like, he popped from that Great Plague, because what happened then after was, okay, great, give him a prayer, pray for them, give him rerolls, okay, cool, Inspiring Presence, cool, move and charge the unit of Bulgars, okay, cool, Furnace, move and charge the Doom Bowl, and then the Plague Claw Catapults, just finish off the little bit of Doom Bowls left, or the Bulgars left, and you know, what happens is that the Doom Bowl, obviously, he's a beast, which I didn't really realize either. He just like Shoryuken the freaking furnace, and but stabbing monks being stabbing monks, they just stabbed those that full unit of Bulgars down, like basically down to like 1 guy, right? Or yeah, 1 guy, I think. So he was left with like just his Doom Bowl, and I had like 17 monks, and so all my shooting left. So I was able to drag down the Doom Bowl from that, shoot the remaining Bulgars off, and that's the game. You know, it was a bloody mess, and I'll say that was my favorite game because, you know, it was a real back and forth thing. Like, I'm telling you, like, my hand here was like this close to just tap it, just I was like, oh. And it was a real, like, thing for me, was because, you know, if you watch my other video, I regret now it's happening in game 2. Because look at the result in game 4, you know? I had a great time, it was bloody, it was fun, and you never really know in a dice game, right? If you're going to win or lose. So it was a big, you know, I know this, but I don't really know why I did that in game 2, but in game 4, I was on cloud 9, and I was like so super duper happy about how the game went. And Chris was just a super nice guy, super fun guy. You know, you'll see videos of him. He's got all those Gorgons on there. He's a maniac. But I learned a lot about Warherds too, and how hard they hit and how fast they move, and their models are awesome and they look so cool. They're a little one note for me, but you know, still really interesting. Like, that's a list that I feel like could catch certain armies with their pants down if they don't really know what's happening, and they could do a lot of damage. So, in my kind of eyes, that was my most enjoyable game across the entire weekend, and that's high praise just because of the guys that I played and the games that we had, right? So, no disrespect to any of my other opponents, but that was definitely my most fondest experience at the Boyz. So that's it for my Game 4 recap, and look forward to my Game 5 recap coming up soon. Thanks.